Conford was a little hedgehog. He had soft brown quills and bright, curious eyes that sparkled with wonder. Every morning he would wake up to the sound of birds chirping and the gentle rustle of leaves in the wind. He lived in a big forest, filled with towering trees and colourful flowers. The forest was his playground, and he knew every nook and cranny of it. From the tallest oak to the smallest mushroom, Conford loved exploring every inch of his home. He loved to play with his friends. Conford had many friends, and they would gather every day to embark on new adventures. They would climb trees, splash in the stream, and chase each other through the underbrush. There was Benny the bunny, with his fluffy white tail and long ears that twitched with excitement. Shelley the snail, who moved slowly but always had a wise word to share. And Rosie the robin, who sang the sweetest songs and could always lift everyone's spirits. They all loved Conford very much. They would often gather around him, listening to his stories and sharing their own. Conford had a special way of making everyone feel important and loved. Every day they would play hide and seek. Conford was the best at finding the perfect hiding spots. He would curl up into a tiny ball and blend in with the fallen leaves, making it almost impossible for his friends to find him. Sometimes they would roll in the leaves. The forest floor would be covered in a blanket of red, orange and yellow leaves, and they would dive into the piles, laughing and giggling. Conford was always happy, his heart filled with joy and contentment. He loved his friends, and they loved him too. They were like a family, always looking out for each other and sharing in each other's happiness. No matter what, they knew they could count on one another. The forest was a happy place. It was a place where dreams came true, and every day was a new adventure. Conford and his friends knew that as long as they had each other, they could face anything that came their way. The end. Conford had a problem. He had sharp thorns. When he played, his thorns would hurt his friends. Benny the bunny got pricked, Shelley the snail got stuck, Rosie the robin got poked. Conford felt sad. He didn't want to hurt his friends. He decided to stay away. He hid in his burrow and felt lonely. Conford missed playing with his friends. He wished he could be closer to them. Benny, Shelley and Rosie missed Conford. They worried about him. They wanted to help their friend. One day they had a meeting. They talked about Conford's thorns. They wanted him to play again. "We need to find a solution," said Benny. "Conford is important to us." "Let's think of something together," chirped Rosie. They all agreed to help their friend. The animals searched the forest. They looked for something to cover Conford's thorns. Then they found it. It was a pile of cork. The cork was soft and light. It would be perfect for Conford. They worked together. They carefully covered each thorn with a piece of cork. Soon, Conford's thorns were safe. They couldn't wait to surprise their friend. They knew he would be so happy.
First of all, what went through my mind is how stupid am I to actually...
The animals went to Conford's burrow. They called out to him, "Conford, come out! We have a surprise!" Conford peeked out, but he was scared to come out. He didn't want to hurt anyone. "Don't worry, Conford," said Shelley. "We found a way for you to play again." Conford slowly came out. He saw the cork on his thorns and was amazed. Section 6. The Power of Cork. Conford touched his thorns. They were soft. He hugged his friends. They didn't get hurt. He was so happy. He could play with his friends again. He rolled on the ground with joy. They all laughed and played together. The cork worked perfectly. Conford was no longer lonely. The forest was filled with laughter and happiness once more. The power of friendship had won. Section 7. A Lesson Learned. From that day on, Conford played with his friends every day. The forest was filled with laughter and joy as they explored new places, discovered hidden treasures, and created unforgettable memories. They would play hide and seek among the trees, race each other across the meadows, and share stories under the starry night sky. Each day brought a new adventure, and Conford cherished every moment spent with his friends. He learned that even though he was different, his friends accepted him. They never made him feel left out or unwanted. Instead, they celebrated his uniqueness and made him feel special. Conford realized that true friendship is about embracing each other's differences and finding strength in diversity. His friends taught him that being different was not something to be ashamed of, but something to be proud of. He realized that true friends always find ways to help each other. Whether it was solving a tricky puzzle, climbing a tall tree, or finding their way back home, his friends were always there to lend a helping hand. They worked together as a team, supporting and encouraging each other. Quanfod understood that friendship is not just about having fun together, but also about being there for each other in times of need. He was grateful for their love and support. Every day, he felt a deep sense of gratitude for having such wonderful friends. They had shown him the true meaning of friendship and had made his life richer and more meaningful. Quanfod made sure to express his gratitude, whether it was through a kind word, a thoughtful gesture, or simply by being there for his friends when they needed him. Quanfod also learned that every problem has a solution. No matter how difficult or impossible a situation seemed, there was always a way to overcome it. With the help of his friends, he discovered that challenges could be turned into opportunities for growth and learning. They taught him to stay positive, think creatively, and never give up. Together, they faced every obstacle with courage and determination. Sometimes you just need a little help from your friends. Quanfod realized that asking for help was not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. It showed that he trusted his friends and valued their support. Whenever he felt overwhelmed or unsure, he knew he could count on his friends to be there for him. They reminded him that he was never alone and that together they could overcome anything. He promised himself to always be there for his friends, just like they were there for him. Quanfod made a vow to be a loyal and supportive friend, to stand by his friends through thick and thin, and to always offer a helping hand. He understood that friendship was a two-way street, and he was determined to give back the love and support he had received. With this promise in his heart, Quanfod knew that his friendships would last a lifetime. Section 8. Spreading the Happiness. The news of Quanfod's cork spread throughout the forest. Other animals with similar problems came to seek help. Benny, Shelley and Rosie were happy to share their idea. They helped everyone who needed it. Soon the forest was a place where everyone could play together, no matter their differences. The animals learned to embrace their uniqueness and celebrate their friendships. The forest had never been more united. Section 9. Forever Friends. This is a tale of unbreakable bonds and the magic of true friendship. In a forest where every creature had a story, 4 friends stood out for their unwavering loyalty and love for each other. Quanfod the hedgehog, Benny the rabbit, Shelley the turtle and Rosie the squirrel were inseparable. They spent their days exploring the forest, sharing secrets and creating memories that would last a lifetime. Their friendship was a beacon of hope and joy for all the forest inhabitants. They faced every challenge together, supporting each other through thick and thin. Whether it was crossing a raging river, climbing the tallest tree or finding food during harsh winters, they always had each other's backs. Their teamwork and trust in one another were unparalleled. Their story became a legend in the forest, a reminder that friendship knows no bounds. The other animals looked up to them, inspired by their unity and the way they celebrated each other's successes. Every festival and gathering in the forest was incomplete without the presence of these 4 friends. It taught everyone the importance of understanding, acceptance and the power of working together. The forest community learned that by embracing each other's differences and working towards common goals, they could achieve anything. The bond between Quanfod, Benny, Shelley and Rosie was a testament to the strength of unity. And so, the forest remained a happy and vibrant place, filled with the laughter of true friends. The joy and harmony that radiated from their friendship spread throughout the forest, making it a haven of peace and happiness. The animals played, laughed and danced together, cherishing every moment. All thanks to a little hedgehog named Quanfod and his quirky surprise. One day Quanfod decided to surprise his friends with a special gift. He had spent weeks preparing it, and when he finally revealed it, the joy and gratitude in his friends' eyes were priceless. This gesture of love and thoughtfulness further strengthened their bond, reminding everyone that the simplest acts of kindness could have the most profound impact.